Texting. I did. They were good. They were. I had a little bit of everything.
The biscotti? Did we put the biscotti in there?
I think you did.
The white chocolate.
Yeah,
with the sprinkles
they were
on it?
good. Sorry, America. We are back. Segment 2. IDD, for those who don't know, I don't disagree. The redoubtable himself, Thomas O'Halley, question 1, Arjun Milachu. Happy Merry New Year. Merry New Year. Segment 2, NFL Pig segment. The redoubtable one and myself are starting to look like Hector the Projector and Victor the Predictor here. Because even in a bad week, which is for us is 10-6, that's a bad week. We stroll into week 17. I am 153-83. He is 148-88. I'm flirting with 700. He's around 680.
That's nuts.
That's nuts, given all the fucked up things that have been happening in this league.
So you are. Hang on a second here.
153-83.
How many games over 500 is that?
70.
70, and I'm 148-88.
You are 65 games over.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Now,
not bad for a couple of stoners. Hey, Stephen A., maybe you should get on the weed.
All right, so let's break it down. Browns, Jets last night. I think we both would have went Browns.
We had the Browns. Yeah. I think everybody in America picked the Browns. I think Jets fans picked the Browns.
Yeah, no doubt.
So hold on. We're going to go into this. I have the next week. Oh, I have it up here. Hold on. Week 17. So we had that one. So Saturday, which is tomorrow.
I love Saturday NFL games.
Dude, it's 8:15 tomorrow night. We have to hook up tomorrow night.
What do we got?
It's Detroit, Dallas.
Ooh.
This is a big one. Wow. Okay?
In Dallas.
This is a big one.
In Dallas.
I'll tell you what. The Detroit Lions have a chance to make a statement. And the Dallas Cowboys, I got news for you.
What's the thing you've said all year that beats the Cowboys?
The running game.
And man,
Detroit has a running game
has it.
Like you read about.
Yeah.
Okay. I love this game. I have been on the Detroit bandwagon all year long. You look at who beat them. Outside of that one on Thanksgiving to Green Bay, that they lose at Baltimore,
who they just barely beat.
They beat Minnesota, who's a division rival. They beat them.
Is that the tough one?
They beat them in Minnesota by 6, which is not bad. They're on the road. They did that. They had to come back and beat Chicago, but they listen.
That was the one.
They won in Kansas City earlier in the year. I mean, They're
It's a good team.
I'm telling you, they're good, and they got a chance to make a statement. The Dallas Cowboys. Somebody said this today. They have all the tools from a physical perspective to win a championship.
So what's their problem?
Mental. They're not mentally tough. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, I don't think they have all the tools because their defense is not very good. If you run right at Micah Parsons, there's nothing they can do about it. Buffalo did it to him. Miami, this is not. Philadelphia did it
in the first game.
Yeah, in the first game. You can run right at them. Detroit has a big physical offensive line.
Why wasn't Philly able to do it in the second game? I
think Dallas. That was Dallas's season. They circled that one. Yeah. Philly was coming. If you look at the stretch,
Philly was good.
Philly had San Fran, Buffalo. They were in. Dallas was at the back end of this stretch, and I think Philly, quite honestly, was exhausted. The Buffalo game went into overtime. They somehow won that. San Fran boat raced them. But the thing is, they were. Then here's Dallas, and you're going to Dallas, and Dallas, you beat them the first time you played them.
Yeah. Dallas at home is
they're a better team at home.
Yeah.
But I just think that here's the thing: the Detroit Lions, don't give a shit about Dallas. In fact, they're sick and tired of playing second fiddle to them on Thanksgiving Day because they have been for half a century. Okay, and they know this: Detroit wins this game, they're the 3 seed. They might even. No doubt. They have a shot at the 2 seed.
Really?
Yeah, because Philly has 4 losses. Detroit has 4 losses. They don't play Philly, but they do play Dallas. So, to me, Detroit has. I don't think Dallas is going to beat Philly anyway because they're going to have Detroit. They're a game behind them now. I don't think they're going to catch them. You look at Philly's remaining games.
Detroit's 11-4. Cowboys are 10-5.
And by the way, Philly has the Commanders and the Giants at home. They're going
to win them both.
They're going to win them both.
Yeah.
Dallas ain't catching them. So to me, Detroit's a division winner. This doesn't kill Dallas in that regard. Okay, Dallas is going to end up on the road for the first game anyway. The question is, are they going to Tampa Bay or are they going to Detroit? Let me be honest with you. If I were Dallas, I'd think about throwing this game. Because would you rather go to Detroit or go to Tampa Bay?
So you're saying if they lose, they'll go to Tampa?
They have a better shot at going to Tampa Bay because Detroit and Tampa Bay are record-wise. You want Tampa Bay. You want Detroit to win.
Tampa's 11-4.
No, Tampa's 3 games behind them right now. But if Detroit loses a game, they're 2 back with 2 to play.
So what does that mean?
I'm saying Dallas. It's better if Detroit wins. Tampa can't catch them as the 3 seed. They can't catch them.
So who would Detroit then play?
Dallas will be the highest remaining. They'll go to Tampa as the 4 seed, and they would get the 6 seed.
Like the Seahawks, maybe?
Yeah, somebody.
Is
like
that who it is?
Yeah, because San Fran's going to be. Well, there's a wild card out there.
Right, it would be Dallas.
San Fran's going to get the bye, so then you've got Philly as a division winner and Detroit. That's the 2-3. Tampa would be the 4. Dallas would be the 5. Then you're going to have the Rams, maybe Seattle. I'll tell you what, the Rams,
Seattle, or the Packers, maybe.
Maybe again, this is where it gets interesting. The New Orleans has still got a shot at it.
New Orleans, I forgot about.
Yeah, so there's a couple of teams there, but the point is, if you're Dallas, you want to go to Tampa. You don't want to go to Detroit. Detroit's got a better offense than I got news for you. And if you're Detroit, oh my God, they haven't won a playoff game since Barry in 30-something years, and here comes the Cowboys. Talk about a statement. You don't want to be in Detroit. You don't want to be that team coming in Detroit for that first game.
Okay, let's look at this.
I would say, to me, I think if Dallas loses this game, it doesn't hurt them. Detroit wins this game, though, they lock up the 3 seed. They can't be caught. So, again, I think Detroit wants to put things away. Dallas doesn't stand to lose anything by losing this game.
Well, I mean,
they're ahead of everybody else by. And who's?
Yeah, but I mean, just like what you said. Every team that's beat Dallas this year has run right at fucking Micah. And you look at Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery.
I'm just saying that Tampa Bay's running game is nowhere near as good as Detroit's. It's not. I like the running back. He's not. Their line ain't that.
No, but I'm talking about for this game, Dallas-Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit has the exact form. Like,
to beat them.
They've got the fucking personnel.
To me, this is a bad matchup for Dallas.
Yeah.
And that's why I like Detroit in this game.
Yeah.
I do. Plus,
I agree with you.
I don't think Dallas can cover their receivers. They can't cover. Gilmore can take Amon-Ra St. Brown. What about the rest of them? I don't think that Dallas matches up with this team.
Yeah, without Diggs, that really hurts them.
Yeah. I mean, here's the problem. By the way, Detroit's defense needs to make a statement because one thing Dallas can do, they can fight fire with fire. This is going to be a high-scoring game, I think. Detroit's advantage is to run the ball and keep Dallas's offense on the side, and they can do that. And Dallas can't do a thing about it.
Yeah.
They can't. So that's why I like Detroit in that one. Okay.
So I'm trying to think who Detroit would play.
They would draw the.
Would they draw the Rams, the 6th seed?
If they win, they have a shot at the 2 seed with Philly, because Philly has 4 losses. They have the same record. It goes by conference record.
Oh wow!
So I mean.
Yeah, because Philly's 11-4, Detroit's 11.
Hold on, let me tell you right now. I can tell you right now what this conference record is.
But it goes division record first, and Philly's 4-1 in the division.
Hold on, let me see what conference. NFC. Right now, Philly's the 2 seed. Detroit is the 3 seed. That's where they are. Okay.
Yep.
So their conference records are both 7-3. Philly is 4-1. Detroit is 3-2 in the division. Same conference record.
So you're right. If Dallas stays at the 5 seed,
yeah, which I think they will. They're 2 games ahead of everybody else.
Who would they play?
They go to Tampa. If Tampa wins
5-4 plays?
Yep, 4-5. 4-5 games.
Okay, and then 3-6. Detroit would play the Rams.
Would play right now. It'd be the Rams.
And Philly would play Seattle.
If things
San Fran would have a bye.
Would have the bye. Yes, that's how.
If it just stayed like.
Yeah, if it stays like. So if I'm Dallas, I'm in no rush to try and go. I don't want to go to Detroit. I want to
go to Tampa. You'll beat Tampa. Same way they did last year.
I don't know. I think Tampa's offensive line is actually there this time. They weren't last year.
Yeah, but they don't have Brady.
If they had an offensive line last year, they would have beaten him with Brady. They couldn't beat him because Dallas couldn't boat race him.
So you think with Baker they could beat him in the playoffs? I'd have a tough time.
Baker's not Brady, but Baker has the line Brady didn't have.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And again, they're one game better right now than them overall. But again, Baker's had a good year.
All right, sorry, I'm taking us down.
Yeah, so it's all right.
We both picked Detroit.
We both picked Detroit. All right, going back to the next game here. Hold on. So we had that one. Now, Sunday, that is Saturday. Now, Sunday, first game, Patriots-Buffalo.
Only one game Saturday?
What's it, 8 o'clock Saturday night?
There's no 4 o'clock game, you sure?
No, because all the bowl games are early. The bowl games are early. Penn State's the first one. The second one is Georgia-Florida State at 4 o'clock. That's why.
That's going to be a shit game.
It is because all the Florida State kids ain't playing. Georgia should boat race them.
All right.
Although, what if Georgia doesn't? Oh, God. Because I'll tell you what,
that would be interesting.
I'll tell you what, that Florida State defense is pissed off. And they're good.
But are all of them playing?
I think it's the offense. I don't know how many guys. There's like 4 or 5 guys not playing. So I don't know. We're going to find out.
This segment brought to you by Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, Strawberries and Cream.
Brian, loving it. Brian McCosh, by the way, my brother from Jason.
I wish I could go up there with you one time.
This summer. I'm telling you, come up on vacation. The Cape. I'll tell you. Anyway, we'll talk about it. We'll see.
Let's talk.
John would love to have you. John's a great dude.
I'd just like to go up with you.
No, but the kids would love it.
I know.
It'd be fun. We'll talk about it later.
Anyway, all right, who's the next game?
All right, so 1 o'clock, New England, Buffalo. Do we need to talk about this?
No, Buff.
No. Now, Atlanta at Chicago.
That's what we need to talk about. I think I'll go Atlanta.
I'm going with Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chicago's not playing for anything now.
Yeah. Atlanta, that was a big win for them last week.
Yeah, they stepped up, and now this coach maybe learned a lesson.
They beat the Colts. That was a good win.
They beat the bag off them.
Yeah.
Because that kid got the ball 19 times and had a touchdown.
Right.
So I said around 20, he got 19. So anyway.
I didn't realize Desmond Ridder. I thought Desmond Ridder was playing good for them. Apparently, he blew the last game. I didn't see what he did at the end of the game.
But he's young.
They sat him and they played what's-his-face.
Yeah.
They played Heineke.
And he played well.
Yeah.
Heineke's a winner, man. I still
I kind of like him.
I still say the Commander should have kept him around. But anyway, whatever. We both like Atlanta that one. Next one, the Raiders at Indy. Indy's in playoff contention.
But the Raiders are also being a pain in the ass.
It's in Indy. I like Indy in this one because Indy has a playoff shot. The Raiders don't. I think Indy's going to win this game. Indy has to win this game.
Raiders just beat KC.
At KC. Because KC has guys that can't catch. Indy has guys that can.
That's true. You know, Indy's one of their tight ends is an old center for VCU Rams basketball team, Mo Cox.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Isn't that interesting?
That is right.
The VCU has had a couple guys leave and go to the NFL.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool, I think.
Basketball players make great receivers and great tight ends.
They had a guy go be
the history is there. You know why? They catch bricks. Nobody has hands like a basketball player. Trust me on this. You'll catch anything. Doesn't matter what it is.
And at a junior, not a junior. I'm sorry. At a what do they call them? Mid-major.
Yeah, mid-major.
At a mid-major, a center is like 6'8" sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and Mo Cox is like a fucking freight train in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry. What's the game again?
The Raiders at Indy, and you just hyped up this tight end from VCU basketball who's on the Colts.
He's not that good.
That being said, the man is a scab.
Nah, he's no.
That was a Vanderhall.
I give the guy props. He wasn't a football player, and he's in the fucking NFL. It shows you what kind of athlete he is
on a playoff caliber team.
Right. God, I like picking against Minshew.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to go with my guy, Antonio Pierce.
So you're going with the Raiders. All right, so I got Indy, you got the Raiders. Okay. Next one, the Rams at the Giants. The Rams are rejuvenated.
Yeah.
And they are dangerous. And look, this will be a good test. The Giants' defense is playing well. It's in New York. It's going to be close.
I appreciated that the Giants were able to...
They hung with them.
They hung with them on Christmas.
They hung with them.
On Christmas Eve.
I'm telling you, the Giants have some things to build around.
I was proud of them for that.
To me, they have one discernible weakness. It's the offensive line. If you fix that, the defense, I'll tell you right now, that defense is night and day. They're getting
good.
Better. I'm telling you.
Dude, a pick six against Jalen Hurts. That's good.
I'm telling you, they got a shutdown corner, I think. They got a number one receiver. They've got things to build around.
Well,
if I'm the Giants, it's a lost year because of your injury situation, but you got some pieces there.
Dude, Bobby Okereke, the middle linebacker that they signed from Indy.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Have you looked at his stats?
Look, I'm going to say this.
He's a Pro Bowl linebacker.
I'm going to say this again. the Cleveland Browns model, the San Fran model that you build around the quarterback. And again, the quarterback's not the best player on the team. The team is better than the quarterback. Quarterback has to be good, but the team has got to be better. Look at San Fran and look at Cleveland.
The team makes the quarterback good.
If the Giants fix their offensive line, they have a chance to be like that. But they got to fix their offensive line. Your offensive line can't be the weakest part of your team. Not in this league. It can't be. You have no chance if you can't. If your quarterback can't get to the end of his drop, forget it. And start looking, you can't forget it. No.
Dude, so, Bobby Okereke has 85 solo tackles.
Yes.
132 total tackles.
Yeah, the question is,
are the Giants 4 forced fumbles, 2 picks.
Are the Giants trying to play spoiler here, or is it about? Because to me, I think the Rams are going to win this game because they're
no doubt.
They're playing, no doubt. They're hitting their stride, and they're going to be dangerous. The Rams are going to be dangerous in the playoffs.
Fuck yeah.
That receiving core and that running back, by the way, dude, they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah! And I just wanted to bring up the fact that like it was nice on Christmas Eve. Look, the game meant nothing, Giants-Eagles. Not for the Giants, at least, outside of the pick.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, for them to stay in that game and Tyrod Taylor to throw a late touchdown, and then it would have been nice if the defense could have stopped them there and given the offensive ball back.
Yeah.
But it's actually better for the organization that they lost.
Mm-hmm.
But it was not me and John were watching it at my father-in-law's house. So that was fun.
I mean, the thing is, the Giants I think they have things to build around. We're picking the Rams, obviously, but if you're a Giants fan, there's a glimmer of hope here. But whoever takes over this scouting department has got to fix the offensive line.
That's the thing. Player development.
To me, it's all about the 5 guys on the offensive side of the ball. You do that, and you bring back Saquon. You've got that kid Hyatt, the Blitnikoff winner. I'm telling you right now, there's things there. There are things I wish the Patriots had that you guys have. Put it that way. So
right, and I think to your point, they need to change the offensive line coach.
They do.
Because I'm trying to find some of
I'll tell you now, the best coach on the Patriots the last 30 years was not Bill Belichick. It was Dante Scarnecchia.
Right. You've talked about that.
It was Dante Scarnecchia.
Listen to this, okay? Over the last 4 years, the Giants have drafted more offensive linemen in the top 10 than the entire AFC combined.
How the fuck can you miss that often?
Than the entire AFC combined. Since the Giants' last Super Bowl, the Giants have drafted 15 offensive linemen in 9 drafts. You can draft and get through free agency, but when you miss a lot, it takes years to fix.
You can't miss that often.
Okay? This is from License Plate Guy. Yeah. He's he's like a Giant super fan.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
He's completely right. He said this on Twitter.
Your scouting department has got to know what the fuck they're looking at.
But see, and then people start commenting, and a lot of people are saying, "Hey, look, a good offensive line coach."
Well, that helps.
Could help.
Look, they
can't be missing this.
Dante Scarnecchia is not one of many.
Dude, they picked the fucking left tackle from Alabama, and the guy can't play right tackle or guard. Like, I think something about their player development is off.
Could be. But again, this is where the Patriots, where Bill O'Brien was getting a pass because Bill Belichick didn't let him pick his staff. Because the offensive coordinator picks the offensive line coach. He picks the wide receiver coach. He picks the backs coach.
Really?
The offensive coordinator runs everything. He picks his staff.
The GM does it?
Nope. He hires the coach and goes, you pick your staff. Actually, the head coach hires the offensive coordinator and goes, you pick your staff. Most of the time. Okay?
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, again, is the one-off where he picked the staff. Adrian Clem sucked. Troy Brown I like as a player, but I don't know.
Are they showing Trevor Lawrence here?
Yeah, this is a highlight.
Oh, he's out.
He's out. He's not playing. By the way,
I'm sorry. We talked way too much about the Giants. My apologies.
So, next game, Arizona at Philly. Philly. Now,
I did just want to say, I think Kyler Murray is going to give them problems.
Any quarterback can give them problems. Their secondary state.
I know.
I think because if this game was in Arizona, I might give you a different answer.
I know. Dude, the way the Giants were able to go in there.
I'm picking Philly because Arizona is a dome team in the desert, and Philly's an outdoor stadium in December. And these teams don't travel well.
I forgot.
These teams don't travel well.
I forgot something, though. Arizona's head coach. Philly's D coordinator.
Well, he ain't gonna see a D he recognizes. Like
no, he's not. No, he's not. But
Matt Patricia? Anyone?
But
who could screw this up?
If any, we got to go Arizona here. We have to go. Think about this because think about this. The D coordinator who was there last year, he knows that offense better than anybody. Now he's on the other side, and Matt Patricia is the D coordinator for the Eagles. If they're going to lose a game, it's this one.
I think
it could be this one.
It's in Philly. It's going to be bad weather. That's going to favor Philly.
What time's the game?
The game is at 1 o'clock.
How do you know it's bad weather?
It's Philly in December. I'm going to take a guess. Okay?
Hang on a second.
It's not going to be 75 and sunny, I can tell you that.
He said it's Philly. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's sunny, but it's 40.
Listen, they ain't going to boat race, and this is going to be a one-score game. I think Philly's going to win at the end. I think Jalen Hurts is going to make a play at the end. Is going to win it.
See, I think Kyler Murray could just start running all over the place.
Then pick.
I kind of want to pick him.
Pick him.
But I'm drunk.
And high. High and drunk. All the more reason to.
How dare you?
Listen, if this game were in Arizona, I'd pick Arizona. I'm only picking Philly because of the elements.
I'm picking Arizona.
Okay, I'm going with Philly.
Remember, Arizona went into Pittsburgh and slapped the piss out of them. Now, I know that's nothing like Philly.
The quarterback was who? And he got hurt. Actually, they were losing that game until he got hurt. Then
quarterback was Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, but he was winning, and then he got hurt. Then Mitchell Trubisky came in and screwed everything up.
All right, so basically I'm blowing a pick on Arizona.
The next one, now this one is good. This is for a division first place. New Orleans at Tampa Bay.
Yikes.
This is going to be a good one. This is one of the. This is
I'm tired of being burned by Baker.
This is the Hatfields and the McCoys.
I'm tired of being burned by Baker.
This is the Hatfields and the McCoys. For the love of Christ, Derek Carr, discover Chris Olave again, will you? Please.
Embarrassing. They lost last weekend, didn't they?
Did they? I thought they won.
Did they? Was Derek Carr horrible?
No, he threw. Olave went off.
Last week?
Well, he had 9 for 123, I would say. Dude,
you got to go Baker on this. No?
I'm going Baker.
Yeah,
at home?
I got burned last night.
This game is in Tampa.
Baker beat the Jags last week.
Baker Mayfield, to me, is comeback player of the year. I mean, this is the thing. They're 8-7. He's taking advantage of his weapons. The offensive line is healthy, so they can actually run the ball. And the defense looks like it's that defense. We've got that Tampa defense is good. So I think at home Tampa wins that game. It's going to be a good game. These two games, when these two play, it's a one-score game. See, it's usually close.
But I can't gauge either one of them. Because the minute I pick either one of them, they forget how to play.
Well, it's literally for the division lead.
I'm going Baker.
I'm going Baker.
Dude, this kid, SGA.
A rookie of the year.
No, not Chet. SGA.
Oh, the other dude, Gilchrist, whatever
he's in the MVP race.
Oh, yeah, he is. He should be.
I was talking to Joel the other day. I said, look, you might be right on the Chet Holmgren prediction, but if Wemby was on that team, he'd be the rookie of the year.
I thought he picked Wemby.
I picked Wemby.
Okay. I thought it was going to be Holmgren, but I thought either way I could see them both.
I mean, I think Wemby is better than Holmgren, but he's on a shit team.
Dude, they went in.
Smacked the Nuggets.
We got to have a segment 3 on this. We're going to have a segment 3. Well, we have to, because we have to have the Eagle Smoke Guarantee and 2 cents with Tommy. But anyway, so look, back to the picks real quick. The next one, so we both got Tampa on that one. Next one, 49ers at Commanders. I would not want to be the Commanders on Sunday. The Niners got boat raced on national TV. They got embarrassed, and they are looking for somebody to take it out on. I would not want to be the Washington Commanders on Sunday.
Okay. Sam Howell just say, "Don't start me. Don't start me."
Yeah, I would not want to be.
That poor guy's been sacked and sacked.
It's not his fault. His line stinks. I mean,
but what happened to them on Christmas Eve? Did you watch that game?
No, what happened to them?
Dude, Commanders Jets.
Oh yeah, they should. Yeah,
the Jets run out 27-7.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the Commanders score 21 unanswered. Yeah. 28-27, and they give up a field goal with no time left.
I know that's a worse.
You let the Jets score 28 points?
30 points.
I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah. 30. You lose 30-28 to the fucking Jets, who's playing Trevor Siemian. Jesus.
You made him look like a fucking
dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
We both got San Fran.
There is no shot Ron Rivera comes back, right?
Oh no, he's done.
Do you give any % chance?
No, Magic Johnson is not going to let that
no
man.
Way.
I'm telling you, I said this a few weeks ago, I'll say it again. There's a lot of dead men walking in the stadium in Washington.
Do you think?
I don't know. They're going to wipe everybody.
Do you
out.
think what's his face comes back?
Who?
The enemy. Like, is he given a pass because this is his first year?
I don't think.
And
it's
if
his
one
fault.
thing's decent, it's the offense.
I don't think it's his fault. They don't have a good line. Their defense. They traded away their best defensive players at midseason. So they basically were sellers. They gave
fired
up.
Del Rio.
They gave up at midseason.
And they fired Del Rio.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of changes are coming in Washington. A lot of changes. Matty Johnson is taking names.
Niners.
Next one,
if they win,
Jacksonville. I mean, the Panthers at Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence is not playing.
He's out. Oh, man. This is a game where what's-his-face should win.
Jacksonville is hanging on by a thread.
They look like shit.
They are tied with the Colts. The Colts could win the division.
Who are the
They're
Colts
both
playing?
8-6. I picked the Colts. You picked the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. So
they're both
the
8-7
Colts are in position
to win the division. I'm saying. And now
the Colts better beat the Raiders.
The problem is,
I'm picking the Raiders.
How on earth are the Jaguars? How are the Panthers going to go into Jacksonville and win?
Against Beathard. Who the fuck is Beathard? And then what is their defense?
But Jacksonville has weapons.
I know.
The Carolina Panthers don't have any weapons.
So Jacksonville has ETN.
Yeah, they got Ridley.
Christian Kirk's hurt.
But Ridley's playing, right?
And Tay Jones or Zay Jones is hurt. So it's just, they got Ingram too.
Yeah, they
Ingram, Etienne, and Ridley.
That should be
They
enough
should win that game.
to beat Carolina at home.
They should win that
Who's
game.
playing for nothing? Yeah. And by the way, they're playing for a playoff spot. Yes, Jacksonville is going to win this game.
Yeah, they should win that game. Dude, thinking about that Indy Raiders game, the fact that they are right in that playoff mix makes me want to change my pick. But I'm going to stay with Antonio Pierce.
Okay. The next one, this is the game of the week. Miami at Baltimore. Does anyone on this planet not think the Ravens are the best team in football right now?
It's hard not to.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
How do you think any other way?
How do you go into San Francisco and they got all their weapons?
Because last week, there was no doubt about it, San Francisco was the best team in the league.
Nobody picked Baltimore but him. So that's all I'm going to say.
Dude, but there's something about this game that makes me think like Miami could sneak in.
1 o'clock in Baltimore.
Okay. Yeah, let's go Baltimore.
I like Baltimore. Miami has to prove to me they can win on the road.
They still haven't.
They haven't.
Yeah,
they haven't.
They haven't done that.
Buffalo boat raced them in Buffalo, and that was earlier in the year when the weather wasn't as bad. So,
no, you're right.
Next one, Tennessee by the way,
they won last week, right?
Tennessee is 5-10 now. They're out of it. But this is the thing: the AFC South, which you and I were laughing at, has 3 teams at 8-7.
Who?
It's a 3-team. The Texans are the other one. It's the Texans, the Jaguars, and the Colts are all 8-7. We thought this division was going to be a joke.
Won last week, didn't they?
Yeah, they're all 8-7, and the Texans are hosting the Titans, who are in last place in this division. There's 3 teams at 8-7.
Oh, and C.J. Stroud is playing.
He's playing.
They fucking.
I'm telling you, this AFC South.
I hope they get in the playoffs.
This AFC South has turned into quite the Donny.
So it's
3 teams.
The Jags,
the Colts, and the Colts are all 8-7. They're all at home. They're all at home.
I'd love to see the fucking Texans.
The Texans, to me, are the feel-good story of the league. Them in Detroit.
Yeah.
So I like the Texans in this one, especially with Stroud back.
Stroud playing.
Yeah, Stroud's playing.
That's not a gimme because fucking Tennessee.
That team has a way of hanging around, but I don't think they're not playing for anything. And I think Mike Vrabel wants out. I think Mike Vrabel wants out.
I think he wants to go to fucking Boston. He wants to go to New England.
He is a candidate.
I said that earlier in the year.
I don't think he wants to stay in Nashville. They don't have a quarterback. They're not going to get – well, actually, if they lose, they have a shot at getting one. Maybe they get a guy.
Did they sit Will Levis, or did he get hurt or something?
I forget what happened with him, but he's not the guy.
Because Tannehill came back in that game last week.
Tannehill's
a backup quarterback.
Tannehill's not.
At this point.
I can't believe that they got to – well, I know why they had weapons, but Tannehill is not the dude. So I like the Texans in that one. I assume you were going with the Texans.
Yeah, Texans.
Now, this next one, it's not sexy, but it's got teeth. Pittsburgh, Seattle. They're both 8-7.
That's an interesting
They're
game.
both 8-7.
In Seattle?
In Seattle. Pittsburgh shut the world up and smacked Cincinnati upside the head.
That's a one-game wonder.
They discovered they had a receiving core.
That's a one-game wonder.
Is it?
I think so.
Who's the better coach here, Tomlin or Pete Carroll?
I mean, I like Tomlin better.
They both got a ring.
They're both good coaches.
Both got a ring.
Both defensive coaches.
Geno
right?
Smith, to me, is the difference in this game.
He's the better quarterback.
He's the better quarterback, but we said that last week.
Better receiving core?
I'll tell you, those three in Seattle.
They're good.
They're right there.
I mean, but then you look at Pittsburgh has some good skill.
They got 2-1s. I was telling you this last week. You thought I was nuts. You talked me out of that pick. You really did.
Pittsburgh over who?
Over Cincy at home. I said, this is the kind of game they win. They've got the weapons. And I said, this kid can't be worse.
Hold on a second. We didn't know Jamar Chase wasn't playing. Jamar Chase didn't play in that game.
He was 34-11.
Okay, but Jamar Chase gone and your QB's gone? That's big.
That does hurt.
That's pretty big.
I don't know if it erases 34 points.
I'm not sure. I probably still would have picked Cincy.
I probably would have.
But when I saw Chase wasn't playing, I was like,
look, this kid hadn't proven shit to me. So they figured out.
Mason Rudolph hadn't either.
No, but I'm saying that kid, he threw to his weapons. He targeted Pickens, which the other guy didn't do. So
yeah, but also that defense. Come on, what are you doing?
Well, who's got a better defense, Pittsburgh or Seattle?
Pittsburgh. But who's got a better offense?
I think it comes down to the quarterback.
Cincy or Seattle?
I think this kid could play good again, but I think Geno's better than him. And Geno has as many weapons.
Right, and there's no Jamar Chase out.
I mean, look, I got news for you. This game's going to be a hell of a game. I think it's going to be one of the best games of the weekend.
That's a Sunday night game?
It's which game is it? No, it's 4:05 on Fox. That's the 4 o'clock game.
What are we doing for New Year's Eve?
I don't know. Let's figure that out. Becky was going to talk to Casey. They had started to play.
It might just
something.
be us. Oh, no, the Kovacs are here. I forgot.
Well, they're going to be back, too. Aren't they coming back Saturday?
I don't know. Oh, no. Well, the Kovacs are going to
Mexico. They're leaving on
Monday.
New Year's Day. They're going to Cancun.
So maybe it will just be us.
It might. Well, what about the Creekmores? They're going to be back, aren't they?
I don't know.
It might be them, too.
Last time they got back, like, New Year's Eve night.
Yeah, they suck like that.
Well, he goes out to see Bella, right?
That I get. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's what he's doing. I get it. Anyway, I like Seattle in a barn burner.
Yeah, I think I like Seattle too.
Would I be surprised if Pittsburgh won this game? No, because Mike Tomlin, I think, is a better coach.
I would be impressed if Pittsburgh won.
I'm already look at the fact that they're 8-7 with that quarterback situation is a miracle.
That's a good coaching job.
He has. The next one, this one's very weird.
Is this a Sunday night?
No.
Or is this another 4 o'clock?
It's a 4 o'clock. It's the Chargers at Denver. What the fuck is going on here? Like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, if you look at, here's the thing. And this is what I can't wrap my head around.
I almost like the Chargers in that game because of what fucking Denver's doing.
Looking, the Denver Broncos are 1 game out of a playoff spot with 2 games to go. They're not dead by any means. Why are they doing this? They went into
It's
I mean,
Sean
why?
Payton. It's Sean Payton.
What is he? I mean, why are you doing? You have a chance to make the playoffs.
Hold on a second, though. I think it's an organizational decision.
It is.
But I think he's a big part.
He
of it.
doesn't like Russell Wilson.
No.
Russell Wilson has had a good year, and he is not the reason they're 7-8. No. I can tell you that right now. He's had a good year. So why he doesn't like him, I don't know.
Well, I think it's documented though. Wilson became a bit of a bitch.
This year he was not though. He did everything this guy asked.
Yeah, no.
So how do you
agree with that?
He did everything this guy asked. It's one thing if he continues to try to be a diva. He got in line. He stepped and fetched. He did everything this guy asked of him. And they were 1-5. They could have mailed it in. He led that team back from 1-5 into playoff contention. And now you're going to bench him because your special teams cost you against the Patriots? When they were down on the Patriots, he brought them back against the Patriots. They were down 23-6. He brought them back to tie the game up. You lost on a field goal. How do you bench a guy? I don't get this. Look, this is where you could take your money and shove it up your ass. Because honestly, these guys are billionaires. This was to your point. These guys are billionaires anyway. You got Russell Wilson to get into the playoffs. You have a shot to get, because you should beat the Chargers tomorrow and should come down to 1 game. Yeah. But you're going to bench this guy now because of 30 to save money?
That's what I hate about bullshit. Salary cap.
I hate this.
It's like you guys are making money hand over fist.
If they were playing anybody,
you have to save money on a contract. You're making billions.
If they were playing anybody but the Chargers, I'd pick the other team. The Chargers are so fucked up. The Chargers are more fucked up than Denver is.
But the Chargers almost won.
They did, almost. But they don't have Herbert. They're not going into Denver and winning. And they have nothing to play for. They're out of it. They're a 4-win team.
I don't know, man. They fired the coach. You got a young kid playing quarterback.
They're 5-10.
But who's Denver putting at quarterback?
Jared Stidham.
Actually,
DJ, I picked him up.
Okay, here's the thing.
Boy, you fucked that up on me, man. I wanted Chris Kovac to be the one to chime in, but no, DJ did. And I was like, I'm so mad at him. Like, yeah, I was waiting to see who the first donkey was.
Here's the thing. I was picking the Chargers, but I actually like Stidham. If you saw him play for the Raiders,
he played well.
He fucking played tough last year for the Raiders.
He did. He played well.
So I'm going with Stidham.
They're going to win this game. They are, because the Chargers quarterback is, who the fuck is the Chargers quarterback?
Easton Stick.
Yeah, fucking he ain't going into Denver and winning.
Well, he told me that Easton Stick was like North Dakota State or one of the rivals of JMU when
they were 1AA.
Right.
Yeah.
And he won like 4 straight.
Yeah.
But JMU beat them one time.
Yeah.
So I'm going Stidham.
This ain't JMU.
No.
This is Denver.
In Denver.
In Denver. And Denver needs the game. So, again, I still don't get it, but whatever. Denver's going to win that game. Which leads us finally. Hold on a second. There was 1 left or 2 left? Wait. We were there. There's 2 left. Damn it. This is see, I call this the disappointment bowl. This is the disappointment bowl. This is the coulda, shoulda, woulda bowl. This is the what if bowl.
The Giants?
Cincinnati at Kansas City. This should have been like when you. Now let's go back to the beginning of the season. This is a game everybody circled. Joe.
I have to.
Well, we're going to have to help up. This pee break brought to you by the good doctor.
Talk.
Suddenly Tom's bladder has got the best of him again, boys and girls. It happens every show. I don't know why I'm speaking in an English accent, but god damn it, it feels good. And if it feels good, do it. Unlike Tom right now, who will feel good after he relieves himself. Every show, in some segment, this motherfucker's bladder gives way. I don't get it. He's 10 years younger than me. Explain that. He's 10 years younger than me. What the tits? I mean, I can't even... As I keep drinking. Anyway. I don't even know what to say at this point. This game, this Cincinnati-Kansas City game, what I was trying to say was, when we go back to the beginning of the season, this is a game that everybody circled. Because this should have been Joe Burrow versus Patrick Mahomes, and this game should have been deciding something. It should have been deciding something. And I don't, for the life of me, understand how this game, like, and the thing is, actually I shouldn't say this, because it is going to decide something, because Cincinnati is 8-7 and they're in this thing. And the Chiefs are 9-6.
Man, that's disappointing.
This is, and again, this whole Kansas City receiving core validates everything I ever said. Because if you look up Patrick Mahomes' numbers, who I think everybody would agree is the best quarterback in the world right now, okay? You look at his numbers right now. They look very, very, very average.
Mediocre.
Because he has one player in the passing game and he's aging by the day. And he looks very, very, very mediocre. There is not one quarterback in this league right now, okay, and maybe ever, that can take chicken shit and turn it into chicken salad. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady's greatness is growing by the day. And Patrick, I have nothing personally against Patrick Mahomes. This ain't his fault. He didn't even get to play quarterback. They are leading the league in drops. I have seen it. We have both sat here and watched this multiple times in one game where he's put the ball on the hands of these fucking guys and they either drop it or worse, they tip it up and the other team picks it off. Yeah. I wonder how many of Patrick Mahomes' interceptions are actually his fault.
Yeah.
Because I don't think most of them are.
At least 5 of them.
At least 5 that I can think of that are not his fault.
At least.
Okay? So, but this is why I keep saying, get off Mac Jones' back. Okay? Because this is what happens when you don't have talent around you. The best player in the world can look average.
And then
average.
And then what it does, then even when things aren't going, that player starts to play poorly.
Because he gets frustrated.
Exactly.
And he starts to take chances.
Mentally, it fucks.
And he starts running more than he should, and then he gets hurt, which, by the way, he's one step away from that. Because if I'm Patrick Mahomes and I drop back, if Travis Kelce's double teamed, which he will be tomorrow, okay? Because every team's figured this out.
So you don't like KC tomorrow?
I do, because I don't think KC's defense is good. They are good.
But Cincy's
well, again,
their defense is weak.
If Jamar Chase doesn't play, is he going to play?
Good but I think KC's defense is good enough.
The thing is, KC just lost at home to the fucking Raiders. Cincinnati is better than the Raiders.
But
they are.
You give up 2 defensive scores.
Yeah. And the Raiders' D ain't known for their D.
Did you see the video of the guy who picked off Mahomes running down, staring him in the face?
Yeah, you got no business.
Shut the fuck up.
Look, I'm no Mahomes guy, but seriously.
That's like Patrick Beverly with LeBron.
With LeBron, stop it.
It's like, dude,
stop it. You're not.
You picked him.
You're not.
Score your touchdown and go to the bench.
Act like you've been there before.
Right. Like, come on.
Okay, that dude's got 2 more rings than you're ever going to see unless you join him.
Exactly.
So shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
And
I'm not a Mahomes guy, but that was
so you saw that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And I thought it was garbage.
Right.
I thought he was garbage for doing it.
And I mean, the way, like, on Instagram, like, SportsCenter will be like, look at the way so-and-so stared down Mahomes. It's just,
he stared him down.
Like, okay, have your moment. Mahomes has a career.
Yeah, seriously. He has a career. I mean... People are thinking he's the guy that can catch Brady. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
And again, they're delusional, but still.
But just enjoy your moment.
Enjoy your moment. You got him. Yeah. Shut up. Have a little class.
Class. But we both say KC.
Yeah.
And what's
although
you think it could happen?
Cincinnati's better than the Raiders. Cincinnati has a receiver. If Jamar Chase plays in that game,
I know. Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I don't know what to make. Look, I know this.
I'm still going KC.
Yeah, I can't see them losing 2 in a row at home. Can you? To me, it's all about. Had they beaten the Raiders last week, I would have picked Cincinnati. Yeah. I can't see them losing 2 in a row here. I think that game is going to be a nail biter.
I fucking need that game.
That's going to be a nail biter.
Yeah, you could be right.
It will be. Last game. This is an elimination game. Packers-Vikings. They are both 7-8.
Why haven't we picked the Giants yet?
We did. We picked the Rams over.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
This last one, elimination game.
Again?
It's in
Packers who?
It's Packers
Vikings.
Here's the deal.
Where?
They are both 1 game out of the last playoff spot. This is an elimination
Where is this
game. It is, I believe it's in Minnesota.
Okay, so
Who's
Jordan,
that's
what I was about to ask. Because it's no longer... Oh, it's Mullins. Yikes.
I'll tell you what, somebody's got to win this game. It's going to be a Donnie, I think. And I think...
Mullins has actually looked all right.
He has.
That's who they...
The thing is, Jordan Love has been... When he looks good, he looks great.
They almost beat Detroit.
They did.
Minnesota.
Detroit did beat Detroit.
That's a divisional game.
Detroit did beat... I mean, Green Bay did beat Detroit on Thanksgiving. They beat him convincingly. It's in Minnesota, but they're both cold weather teams, so I don't think that matters. Minnesota has the better receiving core. I don't know who has the better defense.
Probably Minnesota. Minnesota does a lot of blitzing. They got Brian Flores, right? Is Brian Flores the
defensive coordinator?
I think he is. He's always sending blitzes.
He might be.
Let me see.
This is a tough game. This is a tough.
That's a tough one to pick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's in Minnesota.
I mean, Justin.
But I think the thing is, I think Love is a better quarterback than this kid.
Right. Yeah. No doubt. Well, yeah. Nick Mullins is a career backup.
I'm going to pick Green Bay in this one. I am.
Brian Flores is Minnesota's defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to blitz. But I don't. You know.
I like the rationale that Love is better than Mullins.
He's a lot better than Mullins. I mean.
So the only thing that gives me a little pause is you got Jordan Addison, you have Justin Jefferson, but Hawkinson's gone, so they don't have to worry about the tight end. Hawkinson tore his ACL.
Is he out for the year?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's probably out for most of next year because he tore his ACL last week, which sucks for him. This kid's name's Kool-Aid. That's his nickname, right?
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
He's a DB. I like how he's got the two different colors braids. All right,
I'm gonna go. Here's the thing.
You said Green Bay, right?
I'm thinking.
You going back?
I don't know. I'm thinking. This is a tough game.
I know.
This is not a. This is like the damn Pittsburgh Cincy game last week. I can't.
So it's in Minnesota. Is it Sunday night?
It's the.
Is this the game we're going to be watching as the ball drops?
What?
We're right before the ball drops.
I think so. Let me see here.
No. Oh, Dallas Detroit's tomorrow night.
That's tomorrow night. That's gonna be a fun Saturday night game. That's a good game. Dallas Detroit. Wait. Let me see here. It is 8:20
on New Year's Eve.
What game is that?
Green Bay, Minnesota. No.
It is Sunday night.
Sunday night game.
That's a good one, man, because that's a playoff game. It's a fucking playoff game. This is a tough one. These teams always play each other tight. To me, and Brian Flores was a Patriot. He was good.
Well, he's the blitzing guy.
Yeah. It's in Minnesota. This is tough.
When you brought up of Jordan Love better than Mullins, and also the Packers beating Detroit
on Thanksgiving Day,
they're better than Minnesota.
I think the Packers win this game.
They're better than Minnesota.
I think they are, and I'm going to stay with Green Bay.
Yeah, I think that's sound logic.
And I think that Love has had a bad. He's due for another good one. I think he's going to get it.
Did they lose last week, Packers?
It will.
Or did they beat somebody?
I think they beat somebody. Hold on. Let me see. Green Bay. They beat the Panthers in Carolina. They went on the road and won. They put up 33 points. Now Carolina's nothing to care about. No. 33 points is.
But Carolina had just beaten Atlanta.
Yeah, they put up 33 points. Anyway, that's going to do it for segment 2. We're coming back to segment 2. 2 cents with Tommy and the Giggle Smoke guarantee.
Let's do it.
And we are going to update you on the NBA because honestly, we got to talk about this team in the West. This Oklahoma City.
They're good.
Thunder.
They're real
team.
good.
We'll get into the Celtics as well, who did have a big win tonight without 2 starters on a back-to-back. So, hey, it is New Year's, pre-New Year's, New Year's. We're going to get into this. We're going to find Joe Boo, Yoda, Betty. They're all here tonight, America, and they won't let you down. We'll see you outside segment T. Giggle Smoke Guarantee and 2 cents with Tommy. I have a feeling it's going to be maybe Tommy Nichols tonight.
No, maybe dimes.
Could be Tommy.
Maybe a quarter.
Could be a quarter. Never know. We'll see you on the other side.
Cindy.